Hey yo, what's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is gonna be Kha Zix versus Mundo matchup. So I very recently played a game of Kha Zix versus Mundo in Master Tier on the West, and I basically wanted to show you guys how I played into this matchup and give you some general tips onto how you can win this matchup. So the first thing is healing reduction. So when it comes to healing reduction, you wanna get Executioner's Calling. But you don't want to get it on your first back because you want to get it when Mundo is actually healing, and most of his healing comes from his ult. So you basically want to have an Executioner's Calling whenever Mundo is level 6 and not any time before. So basically you'll probably clear, maybe get a successful gank off, get a kill or something, and you'll buy like longsword, double longsword, whatever it may be. And then on your second back, you want to buy Executioner's Calling, because by then Mundo is probably going to be level 6, and that is the time where you want to buy Executioner's Calling to basically reduce his healing. If you don't really plan on fighting the Mundo at all, you can kind of delay your Executioner's Calling a little bit, but in my opinion, as Kha Zix, you want to fight against Mundo because it is a Kha Zix varied matchup, so I kind of recommend just having like a longsword on your first back, and then on your second back you will then upgrade it for a Executioner's Calling, and you'll just have to buy it for 450 instead of for the full 800 gold amount. So get like double longsword and boots, something. Just like try and have a longsword and then upgrade your longsword to Executioner's Calling on your second back when Mundo is level 6 or very close to hitting level 6. You can then upgrade your Chempunk chainsword if you want to, but I only think that it's worth upgrading it if the enemy team has a lot of healing. So if they have 2 or 3 champions that can heal, or like items that can heal, some examples would be Vladimir, Soraka, Immortal Shield Bow, Conquer, Fleet Footwork, stuff like this. They have a lot of healing overall in their team. I think it's worth upgrading to Chempunk chainsword like as a second item. But generally speaking, you just want to have your Executioner's Calling, then keep your Executioner's Calling, and just with Executioner's Calling you should have enough healing reduction in order to win the 1v1 against Mundo. Next thing is what smite to take against Mundo. So against Mundo you want to take blue smite because you want the burst damage, and the reason why you want the burst damage is because you don't want the burn damage from the red smite, because he's going to be out healing that burn damage. So what you instead want to do is you want to take blue smite, get instant true damage, and then hopefully you have enough burst damage to kill Mundo before he starts like healing like his full amount from his ulti. Next thing is what items to take. So you can either go Duskblade or Eclipse. It depends on pretty much like what you prefer. I usually recommend Duskblade because I don't really struggle that much against Mundo, but if you are struggling in a 1v1 against him, you can try Eclipse out and see if that helps you out in the 1v1. Next thing, what keystone to take. I recommend just still having the Dark Harvest because it procs on low HP, and again it gives you like this burst damage. And the good thing about Dark Harvest compared to an Electrocute is the fact that with Electrocute you only have this like burst damage, or you'll have burst damage whenever you throw 3 abilities out. So it doesn't matter if the target is like full HP or if they're very low HP. But the thing about Dark Harvest is the fact that it only procs on targets with less than half HP, which means that once they're less than half HP you have a slight extra bit of burst damage, which is hopefully enough burst damage, with of course your Coup de Gras that I also recommend running, that procs on targets with less than 40% HP. That those two combined with like your lethality, it's gonna end up actually having enough damage to burst him from 40% HP or 50% HP all the way to 0 in like one combo rotation, so that Mundo doesn't really get to heal. So how do you want to play into Mundo in the early game? So as you saw in this game, I basically started on his red, and then I farmed to level 3, and I had a ward on my own red. And I knew that Mundo was gonna go on my own red buff because I saw him path into the top side and then leave top side, not to farm. So I knew, okay, he cleared his bot side, and the only reason why he would come to bot side again is to go and clear my bot side, because I haven't cleared my own top side since I started on top side. Therefore, I decided to get level 3 as fast as possible, so I could basically get my my E, and so I could be able to fight Mundo with my team on red buff, which ended up giving me first blood. Next thing is the runes in the secondary tree. So I already mentioned that Coup de Gras is something that I recommend, but you can also try Cut Down instead. Cut Down will help you shred tanks that have more max HP than you, so you can either go Coup de Gras if you're like feeling that you will have like an advantage. But usually what I do is, if they have a lot of squishes, I go Coup de Gras, and if they have like a lot of tanks, then I'll go Cut Down. Next thing is the Mundo Q. So the thing about most of Mundo's abilities is the fact that they cost HP to use. So whenever you are playing against the Mundo, try and dodge his Q, because if Mundo hits a Q, he gets half of the HP back that he's using to throw out the Q. But if he misses that Q, he doesn't get any HP back. So this basically means that if he can dodge a Q, Mundo is basically gonna like take a lot of damage from throwing the ability without getting any HP back in return. So try and dodge Mundo Q with like either ult or E, or simply by like sidestepping it, and that way you will have like a slightly easier time winning against Mundo, because not only are you taking less damage, but you're also making sure that Mundo doesn't get any HP back from his Q whatsoever. Last thing I want to talk about is the Mundo ultimate. So the thing about Mundo's ulti is the fact that it costs 25% of his current HP. So this basically means that whenever, let's say Mundo has full HP, he will, so he has 100% HP, so 25% of 100% is 25, so he will go from 100% HP to 75% HP. But if he uses it at 40% HP, 25% of 40 is 10, and therefore he'll only lose 10% of his HP. So you kind of want to try and hold on to your full burst combo whenever Mundo actually presses the ulti, because whenever he presses ult, he loses 25% of his current health, and he'll then slowly start, or pretty fast actually, start getting his HP back. So you kind of want to try to like hold on to like your Q auto combo, with like a blue smite on top, and stuff like that, until Mundo presses R, because as soon as he presses R, you can actually kill him pretty fast if he doesn't get to use his ult to regen all his HP back. So yeah, this is pretty much how I play into Mundo. I hope this small guide helped you understand the Mundo matchup, and that it can help you win next time you play against a Mundo in the jungle. So if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like. If you have any questions regarding the Mundo matchup, leave it in the comment section down below, or check out my stream over at Twitch.tv/Kha Zix. If I'm live, you can just ask me in chat and I'll respond to you immediately. But yeah, if you want more videos like this, then remember to subscribe, and then hope you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video or in my next live stream. So see you guys.